I'm just going to give everyone a warning right now. If you're considering moving to Texas, don't. It is so hot here. 96 degrees? Why? What is the point of that? That's a healthy body temperature. I'm from New England, man. I was not built for this. Anyways, I've seen a lot of things on the internet. The internet
is
has
Josh
given a
back?
platform to some of the most unsavory individuals. Like, there is no shortage of mentally ill, mentally challenged, physically deformed, unhygienic, fat.
Whoa. I'm hygienic, okay? Everything else, though, me too, bro. In their right mind would consider moving to Texas. Let's see here. People who like tax breaks and freaks.
Lazy bastards who have managed to garner attention online solely because they're fucking disheveled weirdos. And I'm not talking about those who prey on their fan bases with false pretenses like Jake Paul or the Ace family. And I'm not even talking about alleged sexual predators like Hassan Piker. I'm talking—
What?
The Ace family. And I'm not even talking about alleged sexual predators like Hassan Piker.
Hassan Piker said he went to a brothel. Oh. There's like a whole— I watched him break this down. It didn't like make me be like fucking lose my marbles, but I'll have to look into this more. Because I didn't realize that there was like a possible sexual assault something.
I'm talking about lol cows.
But from what I understand, everything was legal. Everything was consensual. I don't know why I feel the need to defend a streamer that I watch from time to time. I don't know why I'm feeling that way right now. Anyways.
I've been soured a bit with lol cow culture over the last few years. Now look, if there's one thing I love, it's bullying autistic people. But it's gotten to the point where even I'm starting to get a little bit uncomfortable with it. Take, for example, Daniel Larson, who has the mind of a 5-year-old, the body of a 15-year-old, and the face of an American presidential candidate. Daniel Larson has done some fucked up shit, and I won't defend it, but it's getting to the point where I question the morality of constantly harassing and dogpiling a person who probably can't even wipe their own ass properly. Like, at what point do we become responsible for his actions as supposedly mentally stable people throwing gas on the dumpster fire just to make it stink like shit a little bit more? And don't even get me started on those virtue signaling lol cow YouTubers who constantly moral flag about everything while continuously stoking the flames of something that ended up with bomb threats to—
What? Threatening users to see you. What? What?
The fucking White House. Like, maybe that ad revenue isn't entirely worth it, guys. But, you know, there is one fella in particular I give a pass to, as he is sort of an amalgamation of a lol cow. Boogie2988 is a disgraced YouTuber and a convicted felon who fired a gun in a school zone. Boogie2988 is one of the most prominent examples of a—
Bro, I didn't know all that. Yo.
lol cow. But he's a bit more sinister because despite being fat and mentally challenged like most lol cows are, he is still cognizant to a certain level, at least enough to know better with some of the shit he does. Boogie2988 has been painted as a pathological liar and perpetual bellyacre, mainly because, you know, he is one. And if you go through Boogie's Wikitubia page, there's an entire section just chronicling how much of a liar he is. And I mean, there's only a couple examples there. More recently, he was caught up in a controversy where he scammed his fans with a crypto rug pull. In 2024, by the way, that shit is so—
And also, he owns a Tesla that he self-admittedly said is way more than it should be. Like, it's way more than he can, like, afford to pay. Like, it's all of his Twitch revenue. Dude, I don't think I've told anyone really this other than, like, talking about it, like, with my parents. And, maybe I talked about it on stream at one point. But there was a point in 2021 and 2020 when, like, streaming was going really well. And I thought that, like, I don't know, I thought shit was just going to continue to expand and never come back down. So, you know, 2019/20-year-old, you know, vision of the future there. I was very much considering selling my fucking Subaru Impreza. That wasn't even out of my price range, by the way. It's by some, you know, it's not out of my price range. Pretty much, like I wasn't like worried about having to pay it. And even now, it's like, even though I'm kind of in a weird point with like streaming and freelance and all that shit, it's still like affordable. Anyways, I literally almost traded it in or like try to see if I can get any like money back for it and get a shittier car, because I was like, I don't use this thing. Like, I originally bought it when I thought the only thing that I was going to be doing was gigs. I was like, I'm at home. Like, almost 7 days out of the week. Every now and then I leave to go to, like, hang out with a friend or something here and there. Which, good thing now that I did keep it, because now I use my car a ton. But the reason why I say all this is, why does it make sense that Boogie2988 is buying a Tesla? Where is he going? What is he doing? What is he using that thing for? Does he go for drives? That's why I kept my car at the time. I was like, oh, I like going for drives now. I'm gonna keep it anyways. It's good on gas. Why the hell is Boogie2988 buying a Tesla, dude? Where does he go? Also, welcome back, Josh. Yo, W Applejacks. I got a Pepsi. Smiley face.
So 3 years ago. And that was a whole song and dance, okay? And I don't feel like getting into it. But essentially, because he took this angle of pretending to be Andrew Tate and joking about it being a scam, that like morally clears him of anyone.
Is that a fucking sausage? Is that a fucking sausage right there? There's a video today about him going to a game expo and having to use points to get there. If you cannot afford a $300 flight max, you ain't need a Tesla. Yeah.
Morally clears him of anyone actually stupid enough to buy his shitcoin. And I don't feel bad for the cave dweller.
And the fuck thing is, Boogie2988 is gonna have a better hairline than me soon, dude. It's fucked.
Who somehow managed
World's
to
not
open
fair.
a crypto wallet and buy his shitcoin. But scamming people is wrong. Like, even if they're retarded. I bring all of this up to preface what could possibly be Boogie's biggest scandal yet. Faking cancer.
Another shit coin, you know that I bought it. My bad, dude. Had to hit the baby no money bar.
Cancer is one of those things that, you know, you hear it and you just kind of cringe a little bit. Like when I get pulled over by a police officer and he's like, how old is that girl in your car? Blah, 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 blah. I thought this was America, goddammit. Stop asking me questions. Cancer is a very powerful concept, and everyone has dealt with it.
Whoa, calm down, Dr. Disrespect, okay? It's just my air thoughts, LMAO. It's like what I want to say, but I never do.
In some form, whether they had it themselves or even more likely...
Wait, not the kid thing! Except that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you and Lean Drill, bro, tonight. You guys are menaces.
Lost someone to it. There's a lot of emotional weight that comes with cancer, and unanimously, regardless of race, religion, political affiliation, Xbox gamer, PlayStation gamer, you will receive sympathy if you get it. And it seems as though Boogie has potentially lied about it for sympathy, which kind of coincides with what I mentioned earlier, where he took his lying and he took his belly aching and he kind of just like put them together, you know, like a nice slimy diarrhea ciabatta flatbread. Before we get into this, I do want to preface by saying I'm a bit jaded with the topic of cancer for reasons that we'll discuss in a second. And a way that I deal with that is I make jokes about cancer. So if that pisses you off, fuck you. I hope you get cancer. And I don't like people with cancer, okay? They constantly complain, they won't shut the fuck up, and I'm held emotionally hostage and have to pretend to care about it. I don't care that you're losing your legs, Timmy. Kevin Durant just sold my fucking parlay. Anyways, this all started about 2 years ago, where Boogie made an announcement declaring that he was diagnosed with cancer. At this point in Boogie's career, he was already pretty disgraced. You know, he had a handful of controversies at this point. And while I don't give a fuck enough to check, I can imagine that regardless of this, people felt bad for him because ultimately Boogie hadn't done anything like terrible or horrible. He came off as manipulative and pathetic, but he didn't seem to really harm anybody but himself. Fast forward to now, 2 years.
I miss the old Boogie, the Boogie that didn't say the N-word Boogie. What is this camera setup, dude? What is this fucking camera setup, dude?
Later, where on an episode of the Lol Cow podcast featuring Keemstar, Tommy NC, Wings of Redemption, and of course Boogie.
Where is Keemstar? I just see Destiny, dude. I see Destiny and XQC here. And then I see this. What is going on?
It would all blow up. Well-known live streamer.
Oh, that was a different podcast. My bad, I'm dumb.
And two-time divorce champion Steven Spaghetti, otherwise...
Yo! No, I gotta hear that again. Run it back.
It would all blow up. Well-known live streamer and two-time divorce champion Steven Spaghetti, otherwise known as Destiny, which, yes, is a girl's name, would hop on...
Why is he grabbing his dick?
The stream to confront Boogie in real time, essentially positing that Boogie was lying about his cancer diagnosis. The crux of Stephen Borghelli's argument was essentially that it was strange that Boogie, who was supposedly diagnosed 2 years ago, was only now getting a biopsy. And
Link, what's up, homie? Love you too, homie.
For anyone who doesn't know, a biopsy, from my layman's understanding, is when you extract cells from a source, in this case, a tumor or bone marrow, to test the cells for the presence of cancer. This obviously doesn't make sense because he was already diagnosed with cancer, right? Why biopsy it 2 years after the diagnosis? This also just doesn't make sense because a biopsy would be done at the time, not 2 years later. Boogie also claimed that he was diagnosed because of his blood markers, which just makes no sense at all. Boogie supposedly has blood cancer, and to somebody inexperienced, they may think that it makes sense. Like, surely you can test for cancer by just looking at the blood. But it doesn't work like that. For example, lymphoma, which affects the lymph system in your lymph nodes, cannot be detected through a blood extraction. And leukemia cannot be tested either. Like, you can see higher counts of white blood cells, which is indicative of cancer, but you can have high white blood cell counts for other reasons. They need to check other stuff. I mean, you can have a higher white blood cell count just from being sick or having an infection.
Just by getting hose. I'm doing pretty good, Link. I can't complain. A little on the sleepy side, but fuck it. We balling. We're doing some reacts. We're reacting to the Boogie situation right now, and then in a few we're going to react to some 411 cases.
That's what white blood cells do. They fight off infections, and when you need more, your body produces more. But even then, if that was like a sure shot of leukemia, they would still have to do some form of biopsy and further testing. The biopsy would have been in Boogie's bones, which, you know, makes sense because a huge risk of blood cancer is the potential to spread to other parts of your body, especially your bones, because your blood is fucking everywhere. It's already at first glance extremely flimsy and questionable. Boogie claims he was diagnosed with polycythemia vera. I think that's
Papa Gut, a member of LolCow podcast, said he had something similar to Boogie, but he said his doctor told him it could be from being fat and smoking, which he is and does. Dude, the 2 times I've watched Papa Gut, literally it was like, one was a clip and then one was him like doing a whole like breakdown reaction thing. Both times, right off the rip, he starts making fun of Hassan, and the videos were from like 2 different times. I was like, yo, listen, I understand Hassan is fun to make fun of, but yo, bro, make fun of someone else. Sorry, dude, I'm fucking on Hassan's dick today. I'm like, yo, I heard everything was consensual, and stop making fun of Hassan. No hate to Papa Gut, but it's true. That's why he was told it. Dude, yeah, I do have to tap in on Papa Gut, though. Great minds think alike. Yes, sir. I just watched this and was thinking, what? I'm going to submit this for Chris. Oh, yo, you're real for that.
That's how you pronounce it, which admittedly, I don't think I've ever heard of personally. This is a form of cancer that makes you produce too many red blood cells, not white. However, secondary polycythemia is not cancer and also has an increase of red blood cells. By the way, if it's not obvious, I'm not a cancer expert. I'm not an oncologist. I have some experience, but I'm not a doctor, so my interpretation of all of this could be dead wrong. But doing a quick Google search, the mayoclinic.org said, if your doctor suspects that you have polycythemia,
Hassan could get it until my pelvis breaks. LMAO. Nah, that's real. No, that's I agree, dude. That dude could spread open my little butthole. My bad, dude. Christian, when he finds out Hassan has zero idea who he is, yo, stop. Oh my god, dude. Yo, if that ever bothered, if anybody's ever like really distraught on the fact that their favorite content creator just got canceled or turned out to be a piece of shit human being, don't worry. It's not like you're gonna have to deal with any real fallout other than realizing, hopefully, that person has no idea who the fuck you are and you can drop them any second.
Vera, he or she might recommend collecting a sample of your bone marrow through a bone marrow aspiration or biopsy. Now, you may be thinking, well, it says they may recommend it, so maybe Boogie's story checks out. But you need to consider another word there. suspects. If the doctors suspect you have it. Blood tests are not enough from everything I've read and understood to be a conclusive diagnosis of cancer. Now, maybe the doctors found that he had secondary polycythemia based on his blood work and proceeded with treatment, which would be consistent blood transfusions to decrease the amount of red blood cells. They could have seen this because while both conditions increase red blood cell counts, things like white blood cell counts and platelets would increase in the cancerous variant, while the non-cancerous variant wouldn't. Something that you need to consider is that oncologists are very thorough. Even if they looked at Boogie's blood work and saw all the signs of polycythemia.
I have nothing to add, dude. I don't know anything about this, and this is going way over my head, and I've been reading chat, so I've been missing some of the context. So
vera, it would not be enough because
the doctor suspected I had a huge cock. Huge cock in relation to what? Vaginas? He lost his job the next day. He was not a great doctor. Oh, okay. Nameless, what's up, homie? How's it going?
polycythemia vera comes from the bone marrow itself. Why the fuck would you not biopsy it unless they were 100% sure it wasn't polycythemia vera? I know the website says they might recommend it, but in my experience, oncologists prefer to be safe rather than sorry. Obviously, we're dealing with cancer, right? Maybe I'm wrong, and I acknowledge that. Like, I'm not an oncologist myself, but I did do some research, and this is all of my interpretations of that research. My friend Spooky also sent me a clip where, according to Wings of Redemption's wife, Kelly, who also had or has cancer, Boogie told them he hadn't even done the test yet.
What? What you heard, Kelly?
That there's only one way to test for the cancer he has, and he's never had the test.
How do you know?
Oh my god!
This is what he was telling us at the Airbnb. Yeah, he told us at the Airbnb. He's never had the test, but the doctor says that's probably what he has.
So that's pretty fucking incriminating. But I think the most incriminating part of all of this is on Boogie's behalf. He refuses to show any documentation proving a diagnosis of cancer. Boogie claims that he doesn't want to do this because it's all he has or something, like saying he shared too much of his life and all he has to himself are his private medical records, which is bullshit for two reasons.
Chat, am I cooked? My surgeon got their degree from WebMD. Nah, you're good, man. The way you sat up, I take my posture checks very seriously. I'm good, and you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I cannot complain, man. We're chilling. We're big chilling.
Number one, if I had cancer and someone was claiming I didn't, I'd just show them proof because it's not difficult to do and it would destroy that narrative, especially if my reputation is hanging on it like it does for Boogie. But it also doesn't make sense because Boogie already divulges every single bit of information about him, especially his medical stuff. His weight and thyroid problems, his medical bills, the affordability of his medications. Boogie has always shared this information with no stakes, and more specifically when it benefited.
Chat, am I cooked for crushing on like 4 different people across 3 different countries? No, bro, you're going for a triple-double. I respect it.
Him to garner sympathy. But now he's above showing them like an after-visit summary or something when the stakes are immensely high, with his back against the wall, his reputation on the line, and he can't just prove everyone wrong. Like, that is the smoking gun for me. And it's even gotten to the point where people have started putting money up for Boogie to release proof of his diagnosis. I think I saw a tweet where like the pool of money was up to 75 grand at one point. It might be higher now. It's a slam dunk, right? I mean, Boogie was so desperate to get money when he scammed his friends on crypto. Why wouldn't he prove that he has a medical condition that he's already disclosed he has for 75 grand? Well, I don't have any money to throw into the pool, but I think I have something even better. I've decided that I am going to be sharing my cancer diagnosis with all of you to prove how painless and simple this process is. I've blurred out some, sensitive information, but like this is a statement that I got. I think it was in 2023, sometime in like May. Yeah, May 10th, 2023. As you can see there, it says what my diagnosis is. It says that, this is what was addressed, a malignant lymphoma with, what does that say? Lymphosarcoma type, which I think means I had lymphoblastic lymphoma, so maybe that's what it means. Oh, and look at this. 70 inches. That's 5'10", baby, okay? I am not fucking short. Stop calling me short. And stop calling me fat. I'm not sure. Now, I want to make this all clear, okay? I do not have cancer anymore. I was diagnosed when I was 20, and I wrapped up treatment around the time I started doing YouTube, actually. And for further proof, I guess I can even show you, like, the scar that I got. Where is it? Right there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I recently got surgery here to get my port removed, and a port is like a place where they give you transfusions and stuff. This isn't hard, Boogie. It's not violating to share this information. Show us a fucking after visit summary, show us proof of diagnosis, and do it for free, because that's the right thing to do. I want to just say, like, I never liked talking about or bringing up my cancer publicly, which is why most of you are probably finding out for the first time. And it's not because it's like traumatic or anything. I just don't like getting sympathy and pitiful best wishes from it. It just feels half-hearted to me, and I'm not comfortable with it. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm pretty jaded when it comes to cancer. It's just how I deal with it personally. I've also watched my grandma, who was, you know, a mother to me, die from cancer. And I will say that watching her die was far worse than having it. And I release this information about myself not for anyone, not even me personally, but for her, because cancer is serious shit, Boogie, and you can't be fucking lying about it. Lying about cancer is spitting in the face of everyone who has dealt with it. And the reality is, we all have. Like I said, losing to someone to cancer is far worse than having it, and my cancer was pretty fucking bad. And so I hope for all of you watching, like, I hope you understand that your ties to it are just as strong as mine are or anyone else's, and you have the right to be upset about this. Boogie apparently has agreed to test for cancer, and he will make it public, according to Keemstar, which, once again, just doesn't make any fucking sense. If he has cancer, he has confirmation of it somewhere. Just show it. I mean, maybe Boogie is telling the truth. Probably not, almost certainly, but maybe Boogie really does have it. And if that's the case, Boogie, I'm sorry, okay? This is clearly just a chaotic, everything goes wrong situation, and that really sucks. But with everything that we've seen from Boogie in this situation, coupled with his history of narcissism and lying, I wouldn't put it past him to lie about this, which is unfortunate. A plus side of this is, like I said earlier, I hate people with cancer, so now that you don't have it, I actually like you a little bit more, Boogie. You're climbing up the social ladder, man. Congratulations. It's only up from here. Anyways, let me know what you think about this whole thing in the comment section. Maybe there's a resident FXK watching Doctor.
If Boogie is not lying, I will eat out my ass on stream. Yo, what? What the fuck, bro?
Who can shed some light on the situation. Probably not. You guys are, you know, fucking retarded. But other than that, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe for epic sex. And I'll catch
What? I told you summers here are miserable. Okay. Okay. Is there anything about this? The amount strays Mr. Borelli takes is shocking when, though the power of the debate, Hebrophilia, he clearly healed Boogie. May he live in grace. Okay, yeah. We're just talking about Texas. Okay, well. Slay.